What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Hearthstone Arena Run. We're using a rogue deck. I guess just I uploaded that earlier, me picking the deck. There will be an annotation somewhere on the screen to go ahead and view that. But yeah, so this is kind of the deck we have. It's not great, but it's all right. I mean, we have the zombie chow. We have a lot of 2-drops, which is the problem. We only have one 6-drop, but that's okay. The shadow steps are actually going to provide to be somewhat useful here, especially if we can shadow step the Defias Ringleader. That'd be pretty useful because, again, you get 3 minions for a 2 cost. So it's always a good thing when you're getting 3 for 2. So let's see what we're gonna end up with here. And you can actually get that on turn 1 too. You can play it and then shadow step it, and then play it again. So you can have 6 on your first turn. It is susceptible to some stuff, but I mean, having a 2-2, a 2-1, and a 2-1 on turn 1 is pretty dominant. It's definitely something, you know, it'll force your opponent to kind of make some plays around, and that's kind of what you want to do. You want to make sure you have the minion advantage, and I think we do in this arena deck. Minions are typically better if anything is better that you can put on the board, because that's where the arena ends up being, and you can't really do a miracle rogue type deck. So our best option here, I think, is just going to be keeping just a Yeti, because we do have 3 Eviscerates. The odds of us getting one back is going to be pretty good. Get rid of the shadow step and get rid of the other item. It's really not that important. So we've actually got the Perdition's Blade here, which is a good card to have because I can clear board with it. So right now it's looking like a turn. Do we go with the turn 1 Berserker? Nah, I think we save that for turn 2. We go turn 2 Berserker, turn 3 Yeti.
Do you like to play with fire?
Or we go with this. That might not be a bad play, coining out into this and then taking that out. But that leaves me it leaves me a turn 3 play now. Perfect. That works out really well, actually. Nice little turn 2. So, and then I got the turn 3 play with the flesh-eating ghoul, and then the turn 4 play with the Yeti, and turn 5 we've got some options at least. So we'll see what they play here. I'm kind of thinking that's gonna be whatchamacallit, mirror image, or not mirror image, mirror copy or whatever. And so I have a feeling this isn't gonna be good, but we'll see what happens. See if I play. Oh, it's not. Wow. Alright, so that is going to be, it could be counterspell, it could be ice block, it could be we'll have to see what it is though afterwards. So I think we're gonna attack face here. Yeah, let's attack face here. See if we can pick it up. Alright, so it's gonna be a counter spell. We can clear this without doing too much damage. It's gonna be a counter spell. Kinda expected, so we can just do the 4 damage there.
Here we go.
Take that out. We're frozen for a turn, but that is not a bad thing. We have 3-3 and a 2-3 on the board. And we can get the Yeti out next turn if really needed, or we go with the Dark Scale Healer. But I kind of want to save that a little bit at least, and kind of want to maintain my card advantage, well, lack thereof right now. But it's going to be an interesting game because Mage typically dominates in Arena. We'll see what they do here. The fact that they're thinking about even putting it onto the ghoul is kind of interesting. So we'll see what this is.
Who you want me killed?
It's ice barrier. Alright, so in that case, we're gonna attack, and even though it's not very mana efficient, the Yeti's gonna be a good play here. It's a consistent play, so it kind of falls in line with everything. So this is looking so far so good. They don't have a minion, so they're gonna get frozen here. But this is actually good for us, because we can go ahead and use that here. It's a bit of a bad play because I just realized I was short one mana, but
Here we go.
I'm an idiot when it comes to stuff like that sometimes. Let's get rid of this, and we'll get rid of this. And we'll use 2 minions to go ahead and attack with 5, and we'll drop this in there. So if they Flame Strike, good for them. If not, then oh well. Next turn is War Golem, pretty easy play, and then we can keep on going from there. So if they don't have a Flame Strike, we're in good shoes. If they do have a... Alright, Blizzard actually... I guess we can Blizzard, Ice Bolt, something like that, Frostbolt, Ice Lance. That's not a bad play. Given that that's pretty low on health, let's go Dark Scale here. It puts it out of range of being kind of one hit. It's an 8-3 now, which is a pretty dominant card. It's something they do have to address right away. And it leaves me with a 4-5 on the board with a couple good cards to come in as well. So, Secret at the end of the turn. Let's see what they're going to play here. So they're going to Polymorph it. That's huge, getting that Polymorph out of their hand this early on. So let's go ahead and let's go. That kind of puts me in Flame Strike range, which I don't want to do. But I think we're going to go War Golem. Just because of the curve. And then keep the sheep on the board. And we'll just regain board control. Again, card advantage is definitely, like, it's dead even now. He had first turn, I had second turn. They have 3 cards. I have 2 cards in my hand, and I'll draw into my third. And it can't be Flame Striked. They've used 1 Polymorph already. This is looking like it's going to be a really good start for us, win-wise here. So, let's see what they're going to play, though. It all depends. So whenever you cast a spell, so is this going to be a second Polymorph? It's going to be a Flame Strike. Alright. Well, that's not bad for us. Again, we can kind of work around that enough. Question is how we want to deal with it. Obviously, that puts me at 2 cost, which is great.
Here we go.
But the Venture Mercenary Co. is again another really strong minion. We have board clear, so whatever they put out there, we're gonna be able to defend somewhat. So stuff we are susceptible to are like Frostbolt, stuff like that. But let's see what they're gonna do. So they're gonna charge that off. Let's see. Knife Juggler, a little bit of an expensive play here, but I want to activate the Eviscerate. It considers this enough to the point where I can kind of go in and really kill it here, and it leaves me with, again, board advantage, and they have to draw Flame Strike to kind of do anything here. So let's see what they're gonna do. So you're gonna take that out, and then what's this card gonna be?
Sometimes I
Urgent
forget
Mage.
things.
That's 7, that's 10, that's a win. There we go. And we had Stormwind Champion, which brought us up quite a bit. So that was a good game, good first game. We got to keep it rolling though. So we'll see what happens on the next game. Definitely dealing with mages is the toughest part of Arena. So we'll go ahead and we'll do that. That was a good first game though, really strong actually. I got a good draw. The curve in my deck worked out really well, and they just had a lot of spells that didn't really do much. Doing that Dark Scale healer to heal up the Ghoul definitely saved me the game, because if they still had that Polymorph, the War Golem would have been Polymorph, which means it wouldn't have survived the Flame Strike, and that means it wouldn't have survived the charge. Like it would have been susceptible to the charge, and that was the play that I think won me the game over anything, which is, it's good to see that. It's good to see those plays kind of picking up and stuff. Alright, let's see here. So we got Ghoul. I think I'm going to want to trade in a few of these. Another mage. The 5/5 might not be a bad play. I think we're going to trade those 3 in. Again, the Ghoul's not a great card. It's a 2/3 for 3, which isn't great. You can get a lot of them earlier on, but I think turn 1 play is really obvious here. We're just going to Defias Ring later this and go from there. So let's see what's going to happen here.
The pleasure is mine.
Let's go ahead. It's pretty much going to force them to use their hero power, and that's to our advantage because we still have board control for a little bit. We'll see what they play, and typically most people just use their hero power here, take off that, and it kind of disrupts their play. Given the fact that it's a secret, I think we just ignore it for the time being. Let's go ahead. Let's see what type of secret it is. If it's Ice Barrier or Vaporize.
Well played. Here we go.
I'm glad it's Vaporize now, not later. Just sucks it's Vaporize. So, wouldn't have expected that. Most people don't pick Vaporize in Arena, but it's Arena. You kind of got to play the unexpected. So, let's see. So that's 2 cost.
Hello.
Let's see here. Alright, if they're just going to start spamming emotes, we're just going to do the easy thing and squelch them because that's going to get really annoying really quickly.
We go.
Alright, so good plays. It kind of gives them a trade, and they're probably just going to attack face here, which isn't necessarily a bad thing for me, but again, I can trade off next turn. I'll take that trade all day and all night. That's such a good trade for me. Because we're dead even. I have board control here, which is, again, it's strong having board control. So let's go ahead and let's get this back out there and just end the turn. So we'll see how they deal with that. Again, the best way for them to deal with this is attacking into it and fireballing, but right now, if I can get the Kaido out next turn, or the Kodo out, I don't know why I said it Kaido. If I can get the Kodo out next turn, and they have a minion for that, that's going to be really key, because I can take this out, and then it kind of forces them to deal with it. But we'll see how they play this. They could fireball it, they could attack it. It looks like they're just going to use their hero power here, which is going to, again, leave you with the fairly weak next turn. We'll see what kind of minion they have, and hey, that works out really well, because we can Kodo that. Let's see what their response is here. Kind of like seeing this.
Here we go.
Alright, and take that out.
Well played.
Perfect. We got good control of the board here again, and then I think next turn we just go with the Imp Master. We'll see what they play though. Let's go Imp Master, Eviscerate. Ooh, we got a combo play. We can go Shadow Step, take out. We can't do the damage, but is there any way we can get around not playing an Eviscerate, taking that out?
Whoops.
I don't think there is a way we can. So let's go ahead and let's
Here we go.
We will Shadow Step. Brings him down to a 3 cost. There we go. Board control again, and we took out 2 minions at the cost of clear and again some life points, but still not in that, you know, dangerous range yet. So let's see. So they're gonna attack this. I mean, we can clear that off the board. It isn't a big issue right now, however. Ooh, that's a strong play. I can take this out with the owl by targeting it. You know what? I think my best play right here is just gonna be, let's get some minions on the board. We can get that trade. I think I want to do that trade. I think that's a strong trade.
Well played.
We can take this off the board. And do we want to Shadow Step back? Shadow Stepping it back isn't a bad option. So let's go ahead and get this back. There we go. Perfect.
Well played.
Man, they like their emotes. Holy cow. They are using them more than I've seen anyone use them.
You shall not pass.
That's an interesting play. I'm guessing they have Flame Strike, and they're just gonna try to play around
My
it. They're gonna try to
shield
draw
for
them out.
Argus.
We have the silence here. Again, not an issue. If they think it's gonna be an issue.
My magic will tear
So let's
you
go ahead
apart.
and let's just do the easy play here. Imp Master,
am not a morning person.
silence of Eviscerate.
My
You're really
magic
into
will
silence
tear
here.
you apart.
I mean, it gives them one less attack. I really don't think we need to silence here. Let's clear this. You know what? Let's silence. Nah. We got 2 of them in the deck. A 1/5 isn't really a big deal. But it can take out the imps. So it might force them to Flame Strike early. Which is always beneficial to me. And it kind of just, they have a useless minion on the board now. Because they really can't do anything unless they have a like +2 attack or something to it. It should still take up space for them. Which is nice for me. We'll see how they play this though. So Cone of Cold. Don't really care about that. And it's just drawing cards away from them that otherwise I'd be fine of
Well
playing
played.
around. Let's go ahead. So we have Faceless now. That's not a bad option. Again, they're going to expect us to play the Argent Commander one of the next 2 turns, but I think we're just going to hold off on that. And we'll get the Imp in here, which leaves 2 1/1s on the board. Fairly weak, but it's kind of just going to be a battle to see who can regain control next. That's going to be beneficial to us. I think my next play might actually be copying that and then assassinate, and then we can actually take it out. That's a perfect play. That's actually a perfect play. There's nothing they can do about that. Let's copy that, assassinate it, and then let's take this one out. That is really strong considering what's left in my hand. I have a 4 cost, 4 attack, 2 health, so that's a really strong play. We got the War Golem too, and now they're going to be struggling for answers. I don't even think we pay attention to that. I think we just go in and we attack and we see what they have and go from there.
Well played.
So let's go ahead, let's just go in and attack and see what they have. It might be worth playing this. Yeah, it'll be worth playing this.
It's time for a little blood.
Justice shall prevail.
New
It's time
image, you
for a
know
little
what?
blood.
Well played.
Let's take that out. And because we have the resources, let's put the War Golem in. This is definitely very strong. Again, that's why I wanted to get that other minion in. So they're going to get this off, which isn't necessarily horrible. However, I'm going to deal with this in a bit of a unique way. I can charge in and take out their charge.
Well played.
We'll see how this works out, but I want to be left with this as a 5/2,
Who you want me kill?
which is perfect. This keeps us short of Flame Strike. I'm sorry.
Well played.
That's just perfect. That's a perfect turn again. I could charge in with the Argent Commander, but I want it to have kind of board clearance, and they might have forgotten about it by
That
now.
belongs in a museum.
So they're gonna get 2 card draws out of this, but I'm gonna get not Harrison Jones, but let's see what they're gonna play here. So they have polymorphs and stuff like that. They have ways to deal with the War Golem. Let's see what they're gonna do here. I will probably just go face. I think face is gonna be my best
Well
bet next
played.
turn.
What to do? What to do?
They like their emotes though. The fact they have Harrison Jones there, and that was when I played my Blade, was just absolutely hilarious. Like, the odds of this happening in Arena are like none. Like, who the heck? I want to know what they took over Harrison Jones. Huh. That's interesting. So they're trying to bait out. I think that's what they're trying to bait out. They're trying to bait out this, which works for me. And we'll get this in there. And we have 2 really strong minions that if they Flame Strike, they can't clear the board of. They have to Cone of Cold, obviously. They have to polymorph, Cone of Cold. They have a lot of different plays to do,
Well
but
played.
they can't flame strike us right now, which is the ideal situation you want to be in. So
What to do?
let's see what they're gonna. Let's see how they're gonna address this. We have no cards in our hand, which again is a bit of a concern. What we have left, we do have one Eviscerate left, which again would be lethal next turn. That card means no Flame Strike, which means they're going to need a taunt of some sort. They're going to need a taunt, and I don't think they have an answer to this. So, we'll see. They might have a Cone of Cold. I'm expecting... Oh yeah, they can't even play a Cone of Cold. So...
I will be your death.
We'll just get, you know, the BM here.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
8 is 16.
You win.
Yep, that's what you get for emote spamming. There we go. I love those games. I was gonna take out the Undertaker there and then deal the damage to the face, but I figured it was kind of unnecessary at that point in time. So we are 2-0 so far. This deck's looking so far so good. It definitely ranks up really well against what we've been playing against. So that is always a good thing to have in Arena. And again, it's nice. It's nice having a deck that seems to be, you know, doing okay. The Kodo plays were really strong last turn. I think the Shadow Steps actually proved how good they are. We were able to clear a board using, I think, his four minions and little health to the face, so it's never a bad thing. Let's go for the full wipe here. I don't want any of these cards sticking around. So they kept that one, so that's gonna be something to keep in mind. Yeah, that was a bad draw. That was a really bad draw. Hopefully we get Chow. Chow, come on. Deadly Poison isn't bad. But, so they kept that card, so that one right there is one to keep an eye on. That is why they kept it. It's a web spinner. I think we'll just take it out. You know what? No, we got a better play here.
It's time for a little blood.
We got an activator for that now, which is always good. Again, I have a lot of 2-drops, so it's not really a concern, but we're going to take that out next turn. It's depending on what they play. If they play something like Coin, Grizzly, or Taunt or something like that, then obviously we do have to deal with that. It's just kind of interesting to see how they'll deal with this. They could also play a charge. Alright, so they have a Swamp Ooze. Yeah, I think this is a really strong play next turn. I think we go with this in here. And we go ahead and use the poison. About that. There we go. It's good enough because not only did it get rid of the ooze that would have taken out my weapon, it left a 5-2 on the board, which is again really hard to trade off for them. They're gonna have to find a way to get rid of it, and they're gonna have to burn some stuff.
Magic shall not
So they just have to burn a card for that, which is always a good thing when you're in these shoes.
Here
so,
we go.
the thing here, the big problem here is just going to be not to overextend. I don't really want to summon this, but given the lack of other minions on the board, stuff we are susceptible to would be a multi-shot here. I don't know if a lot of people really run those, but we'll see. We'll see if he has it. If he does, GG. If not, then oh well. That's his whole turn 4 wasted on that. So we do have the Assassinate next turn, which is always a good thing. We can Shadow Step out something if we really need to.
Class.
But that's something decent enough to assassinate. Although I do lose a little bit of health there. Can we trade this off actually? If we hit, you know what? It's not worth it. Given the early board control we have, I think just assassinating that is a bit of a weaker play. It's a card that can definitely swing the tempo in a match.
Here we go.
Let's go ahead and let's hit face. We might as well deal all the damage we can while we can. I think in the tempo game that he's probably was trying to play. We'll see what he has. Alright, so Kodo, that is not an issue as we might be able to really luck out here. And let's see what we get with this. Hit it. Oh, there we go. Perfect play. take that out. And do I want to shadow step
Here
that back?
we go.
You know what? It's not a bad play. It's never a bad play shadow stepping something like that back. So next turn, I think we're going to go War Golem. We'll see what they play, but it's definitely in good shoes. Again, I got to keep an eye on my health. It's the only big issue. So they're playing tracking. It's going to burn 3 cards, which is good in Arena because they can go fishing for the answers they need. But at the same time, it's helpful for me because it's going to get rid of through their deck a little bit quicker. And I have a good curve here, so I can go this next turn. And I have turn 8, I can play the 2/4/4s. I have a lot of options here, so let's see what we get here. Facelessing that isn't a bad option, but I think we can charge in and take that out, get rid of it. That is never a bad option. However, because it's not really possible, I think we're just going to deal damage to the face, which allows for us to have, again, a good turn next turn. We're 1 turn away from facelessing for 8, which is pretty solid. Again, just 1 hit to the face. With this is game over, which is always pretty key. We'll see how they play this. So unleash the hounds. I think they're going to take rid of the 7/7. I think that's going to be their plan, so they can go, yeah, that'd be, honestly, that's what they have to do here. They have to get rid of it, which leaves me again with board control. It leaves me with everything I want here. I think because of the situation of the next turn, we're going to go with this. We're going to combo onto that. And again, we really don't need to worry about this. The only thing we need to worry about this is this becoming a taunt, but given the state of my board right now, I'm in good shoes because we can do this for 8 next turn. We have lethal next turn if they don't take out anything. In fact, even if they taunt up, we could be pretty close to lethal. So Boulder Fist Ogre, I think that means it's the game. It's the game. We got 5, 9. Yeah, we're good. We good. We 3-0.
Here we go.
And that is the game. There we go. See, so shadow stepping that, the shadow steps have come in handy here. Actually, they've been working really well with those, which is something that I thought they might work well with, but not to this extent. So that is win number 3. I think this is a good point to kind of cut it for the day. So stay tuned. The next episode will be uploaded on Monday for this. As always, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take it easy, and I'll catch you guys on the flop side.